Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Motivational Monday on Justin the Food Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm Justin Bizzarro. I'm your host. That's Bizzarro. And everyone listening out there, thank you for sharing the podcast. Deborah and I are doing this. We're not taking any advertisements. We're doing this all for free. We're trying to help out entrepreneurs. We're trying to inspire people, motivate them, help them lead their companies. So please share what we're doing here. Tell people, tell your friends, tell your family. Share the episodes. Please try to help someone. You never know when an episode might help someone. So please go ahead and do that. I appreciate everyone who's done it so far. I appreciate everyone in all the countries we're in. I love you guys. I love our audience. And I couldn't be more appreciative and humble for everything you guys do and listening in and everything like that. So again, thank you. Today's quote is from Tim Ferriss. And the quote is, quote, "Think big and don't listen to people who tell you it can't be done. Life's too short to think small," end quote. I'm going to repeat this. Think big and don't listen to people who tell you it can't be done. Life's too short to think small, end quote. And I got to tell you, today wasn't a very motivational Monday for me. Actually, I'm a little bit frustrated, not only with life a little bit, but myself. And I'm just having one of those days where I can't, for the life of me, figure out why people don't want to do better with their lives and people don't want to live up to their full potential when people are in positions to lead and lead well and dominate and find victory in their lives, why they don't go out and do it. It's a little bit of a perplexion to me that people don't want more. People don't want to make a difference. People are so content and happy in being mediocre and not having fulfillment in their life from achieving things and having success and being a leader and having financial success. It's just hard for me to understand because I'm so driven by wanting to make a difference, wanting to lead people, wanting to have financial success, wanting to not feel the financial burden in my life, and wanting to make sure I have enough money for Deborah and my stepdaughters and my friends and my family. And it's a constant stress for me, and it's a constant burning desire inside of me to do better, to be a better person, to be a better entrepreneur, to help better the lives of the people around me so they can have anything they want in life. And it's just crazy how people run away from hardship and are unwilling to deal with hardship in order to find success in their life. Immediately it gets hard. You know, the first thing people do is take the easy road. And it's disheartening sometimes. It's hard for me to understand. It's almost like a punch to the gut, and it just takes the wind out of my sails, the wind out of my lungs. I'm short for breath when people do it. I mean, it literally knocks me off my feet. It's just so surprising how people don't want to live life to its fullest and give it their best and try to make a difference in people's life by leading and executing and running their businesses to the maximum potential, or even do their job to the maximum potential. It's kind of crazy. It's one of those things I don't understand. It's one of those things I really have trouble processing as a human being, just because I am so driven and I am so motivated, and I have this urge inside of me and frustration inside of me of wanting more and wanting to do better and wanting to help and wanting more. And that's not saying I'm greedy. It's just saying I don't want to feel financially strapped. I don't want the people that work for me to feel financially strapped that are in our companies. I don't want them to not be fulfilled and enjoy their jobs. And the only way to do that is to grow. The only way to do that is to lead. The only way to do that is to educate people in leadership. And it's one of the reasons I've recently started a leadership program at Food Service Partners, and we'll see what happens and see how it goes. I'm actually very surprised and humbled by the amount of people that have decided to take action in our company and join the leadership program. And once we get farther down the road, we can talk more about that, and I'll actually probably interview them on the podcast and see their experience. But for me, I've recently, I would say, before I started this podcast, it would probably be January, I've changed my life. I went through major changes in divorce and moving to Colorado and starting a new relationship and stepdaughters. And I'm so thankful to God for everything He's given me and the changes in my life. But I decided that I needed to start over and do more. And that doesn't mean I sold companies or did whatever, or there was some of that within my life just because it had to be done. But it was trying to figure out who I really am and trying to figure out what my full potential actually is. And so through that, what has happened is I want to better everyone's life. That's why I do this podcast. There is fulfillment in it for me. There is a selfishness that I want people to do better, that I want to help people, that I want to help other entrepreneurs, that I mean, there's huge, I get fulfillment out of it. No doubt, selfish, 100% motivation. And I don't want advertisements. I don't want people to pay me money to do it. I don't want to charge money for people to listen to it. Why? Because then I don't get fulfillment out of it. It's just money. In the rest of my life, do I want money? Hell yes, I want money. I work for it. I'm very driven by it. I want it. I want people to be motivated by it the way that I am. And that doesn't mean I don't enjoy my life and I don't enjoy the moments in my life, but I got to tell you, the hardships and going through them, whether it's in work or it's in life, when you go through the hardships, that's where memories are built. And that's when people connect and you bond and you become a band of brothers or a band of sisters or a band of people that really get through things. So to deny that by taking the lazy way out, you're denying hardship to the people that need to grow. You're disservicing them. You're not giving them the ability to grow. You're not forcing your team to grow. You're not helping them be better people when you as their leader take the easy way out. I just think it's unbelievable. And I'm probably going to get pushback on this podcast, and God only knows what people are going to say, and I don't understand and all that, and I don't understand what it's like to be it, and it's someone else's fault. I just, you know what, it's our responsibility. We need to take ownership of our life. We need to take ownership that we're not living up to our full potential. We need to stop quitting when everything gets hard. That doesn't mean I can't quit my job and go start an entrepreneurial business. That means I'm going towards the hardship. But when things get hard and we just quit, or we say, no, we're not going to do it, or we don't find a way to make it happen, and we don't lead our people to show that it can be done and that the human body and mind can do anything that we want it to, I feel we do a disservice, especially as entrepreneurs, especially as leaders to the people we lead, as managers to the people we manage. We need to show work ethic. We need to inspire people. We need to motivate them. That's why we're in our positions, to better people's lives. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. But I got to tell you, it is one of the biggest frustrations I have in my life right now. I cannot figure out why people don't want a better world for themselves, for their children, for the people around them, don't care enough about the people that work for them or next to them or above them to give it their all, to live to their full potential. And I can't even really imagine dying and not knowing I gave my best every day. Not knowing I lived life to the fullest, that I enjoyed every moment, that I led the best I could, that I left this world the best way possible, that I helped people as much as I could, that I led, that I grew, that I tried to make a difference every way I could. And my difference is just through food and through this podcast. I couldn't live with myself knowing that. I would die miserably. Every day I get satisfaction at knowing I do the best that I can, that I push myself a little bit every day, physically, mentally, leadership, whatever it is that I need to push myself in that day. I have to push through things. There's a lot of things I don't want to do in a day, and I could just be like everyone else and be like, I'm not going to do it, because I see it around me all the time. The more things that I do, the more things that I take on, the more hardships I face, the more I try to lead through it, the more naysayers I find, the more people that just want to take the easy way out. And it's hard because you feel alone sometimes as a leader. As an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a person that's making a difference, there's a lot of alone time. And it's not that I don't have an amazing person in Deborah and she's my partner and teammate and all that. Just sometimes when you're trying to stream, or should I say blaze new paths, and you're trying to make a difference and you're trying to lead, it's lonely at the top. And trying to get there and continue to lead, it gets lonelier because you have to be the mind, the vision, and the person that leads everything forward in your businesses as entrepreneurs or in your life as managers, or you have to implement someone else's vision, but it is a lonely time. You're leading people. You don't get to be their friends. You don't get to be their family. You get to bond for sure. But there's hardship in following vision, and that hardship can be lonely. It sucks, I'm telling you. Like, there are times where I don't know how to handle it. I feel that I can't really say anything, or no one's going to understand me. And I have an amazing entrepreneur and a significant other in Deborah, and she really understands a lot of things, but that doesn't mean that it's hard sometimes blazing a path forward and being a leader. It's hard. Not everyone sees the visions that I see. Not everyone believes in the things that I believe. Not everyone wants to work as hard as I want to work. Not everyone wants to put in the extra effort and have victory in their life the way that I do. And it is so frustrating to me, but I do understand that not everyone's built like me. And I try to find ways to lead people and inspire them and motivate them forward. And what I've come up with is, one, this podcast, and two is launching a leadership program within our company that I hope works. We're only about 5 days into this thing because we started on August 1st. We'll see how it goes, but I want to make a difference in my employees' life. I want to make a difference in our customers' life. I want to make a difference in our vendors' life. And I want everyone in our company to have more, to give a better life to their kids, to themselves, to have more laughs and go through hardships that build memories and grow this company. I want all of that. But it's hard when you run into people who just don't want to even try to better themselves, to try to take the extra effort, to try to be better than they are now. Because what is the point of living if you're not going to improve yourself? If you're just going to sit around and do your job and do nothing? I don't get it. It is so frustrating me, and I know there's lots of people out there that are happy doing the 9 to 5 in and out of your job. But if you're not striving to be a better person, you're not living. You're not living if you're not striving to be a better person to your significant other every day and live life with them every day. If you're not striving to make a better life for your kids and give them memories and enjoy your time with them, you're not living. And if you're not going to your work or your job or running your companies and wanting to do better every day and figuring out ways to do it, you're just a waste of life. People aren't going to like that I said that, but that's my fucking opinion, period. So, motivation or not, that's how I feel. I really think I'm very frustrated at this point today. I'm very frustrated that we don't want more. And it's not everyone. There are people out there wanting to change their life. Like I said, we launched this leadership program. It is amazing. And the people who have volunteered, I'm impressed. And I'm happy that they're wanting to do it. And I hope that everything works out and we really drive things forward. And everyone gets a chance to lead in the company and live their dreams and do some pretty awesome things that I'll discuss more, like I said, on later podcasts. But there's also people that don't want it. And I will never figure it out. I will never know why we don't want more, why we don't want to better our lives, why we don't want to better the world around us, and we don't want to set examples for our kids to go out and conquer whatever they want. Because if we want it for them, we've got to set the example that we're going to go conquer everything we can every day as human beings. So what am I saying? Every day I got to strive to progress forward. As the Denzel Washington episode we did, episode 6, we got to fall forward. We've got to take risks. We got to conquer our lives. We got to do better for our significant others, do better for our kids, do better for our family, do better for our friends, and we really got to do better for our businesses. We have to lead. Every day we have to improve. We have to read. We have to figure out what we can. We have to talk to people. How do we improve ourselves? How do we improve the lives of the people that work with us or for us or the customers we work with or the vendors we work with? How do we improve everyone's lives by being better people? It's really important. Like, what is the point of being a great human being in this world if we're not going to give? If we're not going to live to our full potential? Why? We are leaving so much on the table every day as human beings. Let's go get it off the table, put it back inside of us, and start figuring out the lives that we can live. I bet all of you will be amazed. You keep doing things that are uncomfortable, that you don't want to do, or facing the hardship that other people don't want to face, you're going to become an expert in those areas. You're going to have skills that no one else has because you're going after hardship, because you're going after uncomfortable things. And in that, you will be different than everyone else, and you have better skills and better ways to manage your companies and little niches that no one else has because you are willing to face it. That's for your businesses, that's for your family, that's for anyone. Take risks, go out and do some things, live your life, enjoy it. It's not meant to be sat around. It's not meant to be boring. Lead. And if you're like, oh, I have a person that works for me that doesn't lead, then you still lead even more. Be the leader. Step up. Lead your companies. Lead them to profit. Figure out what you can do. Try it. If you get shut down, figure out another way. Pivot. Move. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep going every day. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Monday. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but sort of where I am right now. So please share everything. Please continue to share the episode. I appreciate you guys. But I really got to tell you, please live up to your full potential. Please, if you're listening in here, strive a little bit every day to better yourself. Your diet, your education, your knowledge, your motivation, the way you lead people, the examples you set, your kindness, the way you treat people every day. Improve it. Improve something every day. Thanks.